guys obviously are looking for guys that are willing to be coached.
Yeah, absolutely.
And
I,
that's I mean, you know how I am. So
yeah,
obviously, you know that's me,
yeah,
and I know Coach Hurley well. And obviously, look, we're not recruiting the greatest attitude player that's not good enough.
yeah, no
So
doubt.
the baseline is, all when you start to look at all the people that are talented enough, and then who you can actually get, which
Yeah,
is a lot more now because you're dealing in the transfer portal for us. So we all have a lot more opportunities, and now that we're allowed to pay players, right?
yeah,
So now you can. That's why Other than I've always thought players should deserve some money, and their fair share. Is that I don't mind it because I can be more selective now.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Because we're going to pay. So I want to pay. I want to pay winners.
Absolutely.
I want to pay somebody that wants coaching and is mature enough, right, to understand that. But I think you said something earlier about Stephon Castle
Yeah,
that it was you said it quick, but he said he had great parents.
yeah,
And how and if we look back and all our years, and this is for you, how important that really is,
yeah,
and how much we look for it,
yeah,
to get players, and how much you've seen players that were getting the right support, love and support, and getting the right message at home, and how much that helped them.
yeah. Yeah, what I could attribute it to, like when you have great parents that have held you accountable and have been honest with you, right, and told you the truth and been able to look in you in the eye and say, hey, you need to change this about yourself. You're going to be able to accept that from a coach. You're going to be able to accept that from a coach. It's it goes hand in hand. There was never a time when I would call Steph's mom or dad and say, hey, he's not going hard enough in practice. He's not in great shape, or he's not doing what we need him to do defensively. And there was any questions or pushback from them. I mean, there was times I had to pull Stacy back and say, hey,
Yeah,
Stacy, I got it. You know what I mean? It was they.
yeah.
I'll give you a quick
You
story.
love and support. We'll be hard on. We're hard enough on him.
Yeah, but it just what it did was it made him so attractive to NBA teams.
Right.
It made him so attractive. I mean, we had George Felton coming here. This was mid-season. We're getting ready to play against Creighton last year. Quick story.
Long time scout for the Spurs.
Long time scout for the Spurs. He's gotten a ton of credit for drafting Ginobili and Tony Parker and um, you know he gets a lot of credit for building that all those great players and finding those guys. So he comes to me after practice, and this is a mid-January practice. It's the day before game, day before probably our biggest game on the schedule at that point. We were playing Creighton at home, and he had a matchup with Baylor Shireman. The following day, he was a fifth-year senior. This guy is one of the best wing players in the country. I mean,
Drafted to the Boston Celtics.
yeah, it was a first round pick of the Boston Celtics, and Steph is this hot shot freshman who was saying, hey, you got to guard probably the best player in our league last year. And, it wasn't a great day for him, because
Tough day.
it was a tough day for him because every mistake he made, coach was there, and any mistake that coach missed, I was there. And what George Felton said was, Kimani, in all my years of doing this, he said, you were on top of him, 75 times. Coach Hurley was on top of him, for lack of a better word, 100 times, and the kid never blinked.
Never.
Never blinked. Didn't blink once. Didn't show poor body language. Didn't mutter something under his breath. He just looked us in the eye, got your coach, and moved on to the next thing. He said he had never seen that before.